Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's outline for a Green New Deal alludes to the potential hazards of farting cows, and aspires to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions and create economic prosperity. The New York Democrats' green ideas are many, but they could put the U.S. in red, in more ways than one. This deal is going to cost a lot of green. Here's what the Green New Deal socialist wish list will look like in the real world, advises a Republican National Committee analysis of the Ocasio-Cortez proposal. To fully decarbonize the economy alone would be a dramatic and unrealistic transition, and could cost at least $2 trillion, a goal that one scholar has stated defies the laws of physics. Eliminating fossil fuels completely would put at least 1 million Americans out of work. The resolution calls for the U.S. to help other countries achieve a global Green New Deal, but this would likely cause massive disruption to global trade and leave developing countries out in the cold, notes the analysis, which cites the lawmakers' resolution in press reports. The Green New Deal is just a red Trojan horse, observes Tiana Lowe, a commentary writer for the Washington Examiner. It's a Trojan horse for communism, a series of measures meaningless in terms of climate change but certain to slowly transfer private industry, property, and means of production to government control. Ms. Lowe summarizes, Warren's national journey is over. It has not been the best week for Sen. Elizabeth Warren, who continues to face challenges over her claims of American Indian ancestry. Nevertheless, the Massachusetts Democrat has a big announcement about her 2020 plans, to be revealed Saturday at an event in Lawrence, Massachusetts, according to her campaign, which says the moment will be live-streamed online. In a message to fans, Ms. Warren says she has been mulling over her speech, advising that her campaign will prevail if we persist together. But wait. Public and press attention to those links to an American Indian past is so acute that Washington Free Beacon managing editor David Rutz has compiled a handy timeline of 34 key moments in this saga, spanning 35 years. The timeline begins in 1984, when Warren contributes 5 recipes to Pow Wow Chow cookbook in Oklahoma and is identified as Cherokee, under each of them, Mr. Rutz's most recent entry notes, Warren tells reporters she's apologized for not being more sensitive about the distinction between her claims and what constitutes being in a tribe. She suggests she identified her race as American Indian on other forms than the state bar form from Texas, telling reporters in the Capitol, during this time period, this is consistent with what I did, because it was based on my understanding from my family's stories, but hey, the show must go on. Ms. Warren already has planned a campaign tour. Following her likely confirmation of intent to run for the White House, the lawmaker travels to Iowa and New Hampshire, with future stops in South Carolina, Georgia, Nevada, and California. Sen. Elizabeth Warren is expected to announce a run for president this weekend during an appearance in Lawrence. The eyes of the nation will be upon her. She has the opportunity to use the platform for an honorable act by declaring that she will not, in fact, seek the presidency, but instead will recommit herself to the people of Massachusetts who elected her to a 6-year term just 3 months ago. Warren's national journey is over, for all practical purposes, advises a Boston Herald editorial. A congressional vignette CNSnews.com editor, Susan Jones, points out that yet another Democrat has banished God from the process when swearing in witnesses on Capitol Hill. Rep. Diana DeGette, Colorado Democrat and chairman of the House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee on Oversight, omitted the phrase, "So help me God," when she administered the oath to witnesses testifying in a hearing on Thursday morning. When Rep. Jeff Duncan, South Carolina Republican, reminded Ms. DeGette of the omission, she indicated that it was intentional, writes Ms. Jones. This is the oath we use, and that's the oath we're going to use today, Ms. DeGette replied, and then moved on with the hearing. A brief message from the far north. Our old friend Deep Woods, a Washington Times reader who indeed lives in the far northern woods of New England, shares an observation about the art of President Trump's recent State of the Union address. Hello from snow-covered northern forests. Mrs. Woods and I were very impressed with the SOTU on Tuesday, particularly enjoyed how POTUS took the velvet knife to the PC police. One cut we noticed that did not get much, if any, coverage was the American flag on the moon controversy from the movie First Man, which would not show our flag in the movie for politically correct reasons. POTUS mentioned the flag being planted on the moon and even had an eyewitness there to verify the point, and throw salt on the wound. Loved it, POTUS, advises Deep Woods. Indeed, astronaut Buzz Aldrin was a presidential guest on Tuesday. Weekend real estate for sale, Rotherwood, a gentleman's farm, with stately brick mansion built in 1878, on 25 acres near Winchester, Kentucky. 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, multiple grand formal rooms, 7,679 square feet. Original floors, woodworking, built-ins, 12-foot ceilings, Grecian-inspired baths, gourmet kitchen, veranda, brick patio, fencing, barn corral, majestic native trees, bluegrass countryside. Historic charm and modern luxury, priced at $985,000 through kirkfarms.com. Find this home here. Poll du jour: 70% of Americans have heard news about a racist photo in Virginia Gov. Ralph Northam's yearbook, 74% of Republicans, 62% of independents and 75% of Democrats agree. 58% say it is unacceptable for a white person to wear blackface makeup, 44% of Republicans, 50% of independents and 81% of Democrats agree. 40% say Mr. Northam should resign from office, 35% of Republicans, 32% of independents and 55% of Democrats agree. 30% say he should not resign, 41% of Republicans, 29% of independents and 22% of Democrats agree. 30% are not sure, 24% of Republicans, 39% of independents and 23% of Democrats agree. Source: An Economist, YouGov poll of 1,500 U.S. adults conducted February 2-5. Kindly follow Jennifer Harper on Twitter at Harper Bulletin. The Washington Times welcomes your comments on Spot.im, our third-party provider. Please read our comment policy before commenting.